Welcome back, everybody, to a Young Review in Sports. These are my top 10 NFL teams for Week 8. Let's get right into it. Number 10, staying at number 10, is the Buffalo Bills. They beat the Patriots because of a Cam Newton fumble. Patriots right into it. Shouldn't have been. Bills, again, should have dominant wins, but again, it's a division rival. Can't be too upset with it. I was debating this one. Should it be the Bills? Should it be the Saints? Bills, Saints, Bills, Saints. I ultimately decided to go with the Bills. They're just treading water right now. They keep getting wins, but they're not looking dominant. They're not looking like they were like in week 3 or week 4 range. I think they've kind of pulled back a little bit, but they beat the Patriots, which is a good sign for them, and I think they can only keep improving from here. Number 9, Arizona Cardinals. They were on a bye week, and if you saw my last week video, you know what I think of them. Fun, offensively, a little inconsistent, and the defense could use some work. That's it. So, next up at number 8 is the Oakland Raiders. Raiders beat the Browns. They've been getting some impressive wins lately. John Gruden looked like a great coach. He outcoached Kevin Stefanski against Cleveland. The defense played great against that Browns offense without Odell, without OBJ, but that's fine. He put pressure on Baker Mayfield. The weather really came into effect. They won 16-6. Browns didn't look too hot. Raiders did. The Raiders are my dark horse wildcard team. I think they could honestly make the playoffs. If they were going to make the playoffs last year, I think they can make the playoffs this year. Raiders at 8. Number 7 is the Tennessee Titans, who just got picked apart by Joe Burrow and that Bengals. That is not a good look for Tennessee. Coming off a loss to Pittsburgh, they need to bounce back here against Cincinnati. They didn't, and they lost, so they're dropping down the board. These next 2 teams, actually, or the next 3 teams are dropping down the board. But, Titans, they did not look like they had a good offensive game plan. It looks like the Bengals playing really well for this Titans game, and the Titans lost. I don't think they matched up well with them. So I think the Titans, I still think they're a good football team, but I think the Bengals exposed how you beat them. Number 6 is my Green Bay Packers, who did not make a move at trade deadline for Will Fuller. So our top 2 needs are run defense, and we showed that against Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook owns the Green Bay Packers now. That's satisfactory, sadly. And run defense. And second wide receiver, who we didn't make a move for. It's fine, really. I don't know. Right now, I don't think this team is a Super Bowl team. I thought they were earlier. They are not a Super Bowl team. Right now, they didn't make any moves. The run defense couldn't make any adjustments. Rodgers was right there, just took that late hit, that late sack. I don't know. We had a chance to get the ball back with 3 timeouts, but defense didn't make the stop. Dalvin Cook picked it up, because of course he did. Green Bay at 6. Something needs to change in the Green Bay Packer land. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. They're still a playoff team. There's always a chance because you have Aaron Rodgers. But, we just lost to a beat-up Vikings team. Quite an embarrassing loss. I'm sure we'll get them back. Number 5, Baltimore Ravens. Now, this one also could be switched. Packers or Ravens 6 and 5. I think they're about the same. Baltimore outrushed the Pittsburgh Steelers. They outgained the Pittsburgh Steelers, but Lamar Jackson did not look good making those throws. He did not good in the clutch situations. And the Pittsburgh Steelers proved it. I was down on Pittsburgh Steelers. I shouldn't have been. That's on me. I made that mistake. I did not trust Big Ben. I trust him now. We'll get to them in a minute. But Baltimore, Lamar Jackson didn't look that great. The defense, we got to stop them. They had to, but Lamar just couldn't do it. They outrushed them. They executed the great game plan, but they couldn't do it. So that loss right there, that is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson desperately needs to improve his passing. Otherwise, he'll just be another scrambling quarterback who can only scramble. He'll work in the league for about a couple years, and then teams will stop him. And right now, it's looking like teams are stopping him. Or at least the Pittsburgh Steelers are. Number 4, a team that did make moves at the trade deadline, the Seattle Seahawks. Yes, the Seattle Seahawks improving a lot. They got Carlos Dunlap, who can maybe become that pass rusher he once was, to help out the Seattle Seahawks defense, who also beat the 49ers in a pretty dominant fashion. They were winning that game for a long time. Of course, the Niners came back. Jimmy Garoppolo got benched. That's an interesting story right there. That's developing. But yeah, Seahawks look good. DK Metcalf and Russell Wilson have a great connection. They are improved. They made moves on that defense. They won the division rival. Russell Wilson is the clear MVP favorite now. They're leading the division. They should be the number 1 seed. So Seattle at 4. They're actually making moves. But I do think this NFC team is just a little bit better. And that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A little bit of a tough loss there. That's why they're dropping back to 3 from 2. A little bit of tough loss there. Daniel Jones made it quite close. It's just proving how good Daniel Jones can be. Yeah, if he's not with the Giants. So, Tom Brady's doing just enough. Anton Winfield Jr. is a stud player. He is a great safety playing out there. He's solidifying that secondary. The Buccaneers, man, they're rolling right now. Tom Brady's still keeping up wins. He's getting everybody involved. Gronkowski getting involved now. Again, this team is just really good. I don't know how much more we can say it. Buccaneers are the team to beat in the NFC. Buccaneers, Seattle Seahawks is going to be interesting. I think that Buccaneers defense is quite scary, though. I think that's probably one of the best defenses in the league. Only next to number 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yep. Steelers' best defense in the league. With Devin Bush going down, the next guy up, who was just playing outstandingly. I didn't trust Big Ben. That is my fault. I definitely should have. They are the only undefeated team left. I do think the Kansas City Chiefs are better to them, but we'll get to them in a minute. What more can I say? They outgained them, but they won. They barely beat Tennessee by a missed field goal. So these Pittsburgh Steelers getting incredibly lucky. Pittsburgh Steelers are clear Super Bowl favorites. Big Ben is playing great off that arm injury, elbow injury. I didn't think he would come back. This defense, man, is a scary, scary defense. Steelers are 2. And then number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. You can't beat them. Dominated the Jets. Le'Veon Bell is still getting in this offense. He's not looking too great. But, give it some time. He's like basically week 2 in this offense. Yeah. This team is going to be scary. I think that defense is stepping up more and more. But Kansas City Chiefs, man, who's going to stop them? Who's going to stop Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs? Nobody. So there's my top 10 teams. Buffalo at 10, Arizona at 9, Las Vegas, still weird, at 8, Tennessee at 7, Green Bay at 6, Baltimore at 5, Seattle at 4, Tampa Bay at 3, Pittsburgh at 2, and Kansas City at 1. Thank you for listening.